Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Free Friday Live. I'm jumping on a couple of hours later than I'd planned on. I'm in Pacific time zone now. So this works, right? It's 10 a.m. Pacific time zone. So have you ever been looking through your growing stash of essential oils and really been excited about them, but confused at the same time because you're not sure which oil to use to support X, Y, or Z? Good morning, Bethany. Yeah, me too. So today we're going to talk through hopefully some solutions for knowing which oils to use by giving you 5 simple tools for choosing the oil that's right for you and for your family. And then you're going to be the winner in your home, okay? So, those of you who are joining in, my name is Amy Miller. I'm the founder and wellness advocate for 3 Life Essentials. My husband and I are passionate about helping others feel better naturally and effectively. It's a fun job, and it's one of the many reasons that we chose to partner with doTERRA. I've been using essential oils off and on for about 10 years now, and at the time I didn't have access to the good stuff, you know, the ones that work, until about 5 years ago. So even still, I've struggled at times to know which oils to use in different situations. So this is Free Friday. It's a weekly series that we do on Fridays to address freedom to experience life more fully, more abundantly, and bonus if we can do it naturally. Today we're really going to be frustration free and confusion free. Okay. So I'm welcoming you, Bethany, and anybody else who's joining me at the beginning, because you're going to get a sneak peek into my newest resource and reference book. It's the Modern Essentials 9th edition, and it's a soft cover book. It's the first time I've ever had a soft cover book like this. But it's the 9th edition. It's their newest edition. It's a little handbook guide. It's nice and compact. I'm loving it. And it has tons of information in here. I love how it talks about the basics about how essential oils are produced and what kinds of benefits they can have. And it's so simple. It talks about where essential oils come from and where quality essential oils, where they are sourced. And then it talks about briefly how you can use them in different ways. And aromatically with your nose, with your skin, and with your mouth. And then I love just all of the colorful photos. And in the back, the newest thing that this book has is lots of different DIYs that you can do with your essential oils, making homemade wipes, things that you could use for your kids' room, a spray that you could use for your kids' rooms. And so I love all the different tools here. Shows you all of the different plants and essential oils that can be used in cooking. And so I love all the practical tips in it. And I also love, there still is a chart in here, much like the other editions of the Modern Essentials book. There's still a chart in here that tells you marks dilution and recommendations for those who are children and those who are expecting and are pregnant. So I love that chart in there because that's really a helpful resource. So you can purchase this from aromatools.com. Again, it's their Modern Essentials Handbook, their 9th edition, and it's a soft cover. So, Bethany, you have the app, but you keep meaning to purchase the book. I know. It's nice to have the app when you're on the go, but I like having a physical resource that I can have as well. So, and yes, that made the cut for traveling in our 5th wheel. So, okay, so here's what we're going to talk through today. We're going to talk through why it can be confusing when you're choosing an essential oil. And then we're going to talk through some 5 simple tools that will help you pick. And then lastly, we're going to talk about where you can get oils that work, the good stuff. And then you're going to know that you are the winner in your home for yourself and for your family, for your kids. Now, I want you to click the share button right now so that other families that you know who care about their health can benefit from this too. In fact, let me see. Can I share this along with you? Maybe I can. Let's see if I can. We'll see. Are we there? Yeah, we're there. I hope I am on live well with you guys and I'm not breaking up a lot, because I think my internet here, believe it or not, I'm greeting you from Long Beach, California today. I'm not in any kind of remote location. I'm right outside of LA. But believe it or not, the internet here has been a little sketchy back and forth. So, oh great, here it is. So now I can share it. Awesome. Okay, so comment below, put a 1 in the comments if you have the top 10 oils in your home. And if you're not sure, that's what most people start out with, is the top 10 oils, and I'll share those with you in just a minute. The top 10 oils, because they address probably 80% of the needs that come up in your home, in your life. Those are oils like lavender, lemon, peppermint, melaleuca, blends like the On Guard blend, Deep Blue Soothing blend, the Digestin for all the digestive needs, Breathe, the respiratory blend, frankincense. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one more. Lavender, lemon, peppermint, and oregano. Those are the top 10 oils. Okay, Bethany, you do? So put a 2 in the comments if you have more than 20 different oils in your home. Or more than 30. Comment below with the number of different oils that you have in your home. Now, if you have like 2 lemons, don't count that. But count the number of different oils that you have, from singles to blends. I think I have a little over 80 different oils in our home, inside our fifth wheel, between the single oils and the blends. And let's face it, if you don't have the tools to know how to pick, it can be a little confusing or frustrating to choose, especially when there's multiple oils that support the same kinds of needs, right? So don't worry. If you're not on live, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and comment, because I'm going to be going back to read your comments or questions. Your voice matters. Yes, Bethany, I want you to count. And then I want to hear from you. I want you to comment below, what's the top way that you choose right now which oil to use with yourself or with your kids when there's some kind of need for support with, whether it's your immune system or with your respiratory system, or there's like a skin irritation, or just plain moody moments, right? What's your number one? What's your top way of choosing which oil you need to use? So, the first tool I'm going to give you is use what you have on hand. Now, this may seem simple, but that's what I'm here for, is to give you some simple stuff. In your moment of need, your go-to choices are going to be what you have on hand. So, for instance, you have 69 oils and blends. Okay, awesome. So it can be confusing, and you usually look things up in your app. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. So, so use what you have on hand, because you can put each of the oils that you have to work for you by looking them up in a book and learning what they do best. But it's what you do every day that matters most. And so If you started out with the top 10 oils, which is what a lot of people do, use those that you have on hand because they're going to tackle 80% of the needs that come into your home. And in fact, those of you who are already a part of our 3 Life Essentials community, you have access to our online oil camp that covers the top 10 oils and how to incorporate those into your everyday life. Our customers love it, and they walk away feeling a lot more comfortable and confident in using their oils. So if you're not already a part of our community and you're not already working with someone, reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you get started using those top 10. Okay, so the second tool that you can use in helping you kind of narrow those choices is intuition. Now, this may be kind of interesting for you to utilize, but nothing really could be more powerful than just simply paying attention to the things that you are attracted to, the oils that you are attracted to. Trust that feedback and act on it. Even make some notes so that you can repeat what you've done before. And with experience, you'll better your results. Don't limit your thinking into what you're taught. You can deliberately choose to make selections sometimes just by the smell. This is aromatherapy, so there's a reason why smelling an oil prior to selecting is so commonplace, and it's a natural inclination. In fact, even animals and small children will quickly identify their favorites and what their body most needs. One of my twins, his favorite oil, and he is consistent with it all the time, is wild orange. He talks about it all the time. He loves it. He will use it, without us asking him to use an oil. He loves that oil, and he's drawn to it, and it helps him. And so it helps him be in a happy mood. And so we use it. So even animals and children, it's a natural inclination to use your intuition, what smells good to you that you're attracted to. Right this morning, I was really wanting to use this Balance blend, and I've been wanting to use it more on a regular basis. In fact, doTERRA next month is starting this daily health habits challenge, and this is a part of that health habits challenge, and I'm going to take that because this is not an oil that I use consistently, but I know that that's going to help me as I start using it more regularly. And so utilize that. Even it sounds kind of like not very scientific to use what you're attracted to, but you'll find that the oils that you are attracted to will also benefit you. So, hey Kristen, hey Carly. So if you're just now joining us, we're talking about tools to kind of just help you narrow your choices for using your essential oils. So make sure to go back to the beginning after the live broadcast is over, because you'll be able to see my newest tool and resource, and for choosing the right oil. So the third tool that you can use is looking up in a resource book or utilizing an app. I like to utilize this book called The Essential Life. Oh, I'm hitting my head in the book. The Essential Life book. I love that you can find a specific health need that you want to address and look it up in here. If you know your ABCs, you can look it up in here. And so you can look up and pay attention. There will be 5 oils listed that will be considered as the top choice for this particular health need. And that will help narrow your choices down. And then you can start with what you have on hand. So, so if you have one that you want me to look up real quick, I can do that for you. Just comment below and I'll look it up. Even if you're watching this on the replay, comment below something that a health need or concern that you want me to look up, and I will look it up for you, and I can help you see what the top 5 choices that it will give you. But you can also look up in this book by body system. And so I love how you can look up by the body system, and that will help you kind of find the area that relates to your area of concern. If you have the occasional cough that you're dealing with, you can look up in the respiratory system and find out more information about how you can support your respiratory system. Because remember, we just talked about it's what you do every day that matters most. if you can begin to utilize these tools in your home on a daily basis, you'll find less need to use them and less crisis moments, what I like to call crisis moments, those reactive moments where, oh my gosh, this is happening, or oh my gosh, this has happened, or oh my gosh, we now need them for a reactive mode. The more that you use them every day in a proactive way, you will find those crisis situations happening less and less. So the first way is using what you have on hand. The second is using like your intuition or smell. The third way is looking up in a resource book or an app. I'm going to mention a couple of apps here in just a minute, but the fourth way that you can kind of narrow down your choices in choosing which oil is emotions. Now, maybe the idea of matching an oil to an emotional state might be new or foreign to you, but it is the number one way to narrow selections. Now, here's why. So let's consider two people are having some discomfort in the hands and the joints, okay? One person is impatient and the other person is resigned. They've just accepted that there's unpleasant things happening and there's nothing they can do about it, okay? In both cases, in each case, there's a different emotional profile that's found as well as different needs that need to be met. Okay, so you can learn more about the connection between essential oils and your emotions by first reading. You can find out emotion connections in a few places. I mentioned the Essential Life book. You can go to, you can purchase this book from oillife.com or from Amazon. And you can go to page 350 in this book, and it talks about emotional well-being and how emotions interact in the body and how aroma can impact the chemistry of those emotions. And so you can find out those connections there. And then further on page, I think it's 293. Let me see if I can find it in here. There's also more specific information about mood and behavior. And so what's nice is you can utilize that by finding more information about kind of your emotions, and then you can utilize a couple of apps that I'm going to share with you. I can't show them with you. I'll show them to you on my phone because I'm on my phone. Okay, so 3 apps. Actually, let me go see if I can access another phone so I can show this to you because you're going to want to see these. Hold on. Okay, here's some apps. Okay, I'm going to show you. This first one I'm going to show you is the doTERRA app. And I love this one because you can, when you open it up, there's a little, this is a free app that you can use, but there's a little 3-bar thing that you can open up. And there's a little section here that says determine your mood. And you can, if you can see here, you can rate on a scale of kind of 0 to 5 here, all these different emotions for that particular day, from apathetic to lonely to confused and bored. So let's say I'm feeling a whole lot overwhelmed. So I'm going to move that scale way over there. And then let's say I'm not bored at all. Let's say I'm grieving, but just a little bit. So I move that only just a little bit. And then I'm feeling just a little bit insecure as well. And so then you click Show Results, and it will give you recommendations to use based on those specific emotions. I love, hey Mariana, is that the Daily Drop? Yes, Bethany, it's the Daily Drop app. And then not only will it tell you which oils to use, but then you can click on it and it will tell you exactly how to use that particular oil. And I find it interesting because the second oil that was listed on here is the Balance blend that I just mentioned that I was drawn to. So it just kind of reconfirms and shows you that sometimes the oils that you're drawn to are the same ones that you're needing for your particular emotional state. Okay, if you want to delve into this a little bit further, I have 2 more apps to show you. One of them is also free, and I think this is my husband's phone, and I think he doesn't have this app on here, which makes sense because the app is called Feelings. Guys, I think he might be kind of embarrassed if he has an app called Feelings. So this app is based on the book called Feelings, Buried Alive, Never Die. And this app is really great because it doesn't really necessarily address oils, but it will help you look up maybe a particular issue. If we go back to the joint discomfort in the hands, those two people that we talked about earlier, the joint discomfort in the hands and the joints. If you go back, you can pick a particular body part that may be bothersome, and then it will talk to you about the underlying emotional root of some of those issues, okay? And then you can go back to taking those emotional roots, and you can go back and look at your references, and it will help narrow down what you may need to use, okay? Lastly, the last app I'm going to show you when you're going to be using your emotions to determine which oil to use is this app called Essential Emotions. Now, this one is a paid app, but I have found it to be really helpful. You can look up information based on specific emotion, or you can look up based on specific oil, or you can look up by specific body area. So let's just, for the sake of our example that we talked about, the joint discomfort in the hands and things, comment below if you have something specific you want me to look up in here for you, and I'll do it here for you now, like a specific emotion or maybe a specific body part that is bothersome to you, and then we can look that up. But let's go back to the example that I gave before. So we're going to look up hands. We'll see if we can find hands in here. I see arms and I see fingers. Let's see if we can find... Let's go with fingers for right now since I don't see specific hand. So the individual emotions that come up when you're having discomfort in the fingers is angry. That's the top one. Fear, grief, worried, and unworthy. And you can look up, then you can tap on this angry emotion, which is the top one. But figure out which one is resonating with you that moment. Which app is that, Bethany? It's called Essential Emotions. And then it just gives a brief description of that particular emotion and which oils are very supportive to that. Anybody know what the top oil is that would support that anger emotion? Anybody? I'll give you one. It's a blend, and it's Serenity, the calming blend, but also cardamom is huge for that. But the opposite emotion of that anger is calm. And so I love how this app kind of helps you work through those emotions and can address the root issue of something you may be dealing with physically. And it will help narrow those choices for you as well. And then you can go back to using what you have on hand. So let's say we go back to the discomfort, and let me see if we've got impatient in here. Okay, so remember when I said we had two people that were both dealing with some discomfort in the joints and hands, and one's impatient and one is resigned. So we're going to look up by emotion, just impatient here. And what oil comes up? First one that comes up is cardamom. So you see how all of this kind of ties together. So you could actually be addressing some discomfort in the hands and the fingers by utilizing cardamom and addressing the root emotion as well. Isn't that fascinating, Bethany? Okay, so again, those tools you can look up, you can utilize those, but that's another really great way to narrow the choices and know which oils to be using. And then the fifth tool that you can use is an individual test. So you can utilize a personal scanning device or applied kinesiology, which is also known as muscle response testing, to quickly identify what resonates as beneficial to your body at the time of the evaluation. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. This is the scanning device that we use. It's called iTovi, and it's a way to get biofeedback in the electrical impulses that are running through your body all the time. Now, this is not hooey or weird voodoo stuff. This is science. In fact, many medical devices use this kind of technology where you measure electrical impulses that are running throughout the body. But pretty much every living thing has electricity running through it. And so this is just a tool to be able to measure the electrical impulses that are running through the body and how essential oils are resonating with you. I know, Bethany, I'm so bummed too. Hopefully we'll get to connect up again. So this is a really great tool because it will help also narrow the choices for you. And I'll post below the affiliate link that we have for this if you want to utilize this. You can also, there's a couple of, on our Facebook groups, you can connect with people. If you are local in the Houston area, we've got several people who have this tool that you can utilize with them for a small fee. And if you're meeting up with us sometime on the road, we'd be happy to utilize this with you as well. Okay, so where can you get these powerful oils? The good stuff, you know, the ones that actually work. Reach out to the wellness advocate that's helping you. If you don't have somebody to reach out to, then you're welcome to reach out to us via private message. Or if you're joining us on YouTube, you can email us at info@3lifeessentials.com. What we usually do is just set up a quick appointment online or via phone. We can learn more about your specific needs, and then we'll show you some of doTERRA's more popular products and how to get them. There's no pressure to buy anything, but if you do see something that you like, then we'll help you get it. It typically takes about 30 minutes of your time, but we want to make sure to also take the time to answer all of your questions. And if this sounds like you, just reach out to us and we'll help you today. So I'm about to sign off. Don't forget to go back to the beginning if you didn't catch all the 5 tools. We hope that you enjoyed this and you found it valuable to you. Don't forget to share this with your friends who could benefit from this. And if you're new to our Facebook page, or even if you're not new, just click the subscribe button in the top right and you'll get a notification when we go live with our Free Friday segments. And if you'd like to go back and review any of our Free Friday segments, you can check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel at 3 Life Essentials, the number 3 Life Essentials. So far, one of our more popular ones that we covered is how to make healthy gummy bears for your kids. Or let's be honest, for yourself. Using your Instant Pot. In fact, next week we're going to be doing an Instant Pot Free Friday 2.0. We're going to be talking about how you can make bone broth in your Instant Pot. It has revolutionized my life. Cut down the time that it takes for me to even make bone broth by like 1/4 of the time. So if you want to know how to get some really cool nutritional tools into your home using your Instant Pot, we're going to do that next week. And so I hope to see you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.